Welcome back to Ben Salutes, and when I was a kid, you weren't considered crazy if you wished upon stars. I've said it several times before, I love Disney. Disney is probably the animation studio that has had the biggest influence on not just animators in America, but animators all over the world. Disney tends to be one of the best things of childhood, but there's a lot of things in Disney that make adults proud to say, "Yeah, I'm a Disney fan. You got nothing on me." Anyway, Disney has gotten big success with full-length animated movies, but what really got Disney going was its theatrical short cartoons. These are the cartoons that starred some of the world's most beloved cartoon characters, and that's what we're going to look at in today's salute. So, put on your Mickey Mouse hat. Here is my salute on classic Disney cartoons. Disney character, let's look at the cartoons that starred Mickey Mouse first. Mickey Mouse got his start in the 1927 cartoon Plane Crazy. However, his breakout role was in the 1928 cartoon Steamboat Willie, and he's been a sensation since then. Mickey's cartoons often center around him living out his normal life in Midwestern America, but then a situation comes up and Mickey has to fix the problem. Most of the plots involve Mickey's girlfriend Minnie Mouse getting kidnapped by some foe, and Mickey coming to her rescue. Mickey started out in black and white cartoons for several years, but then he switched to color, and his cartoons continue to be amazing. It's hard for me to choose which ones I like more, but if you ask me, both have aspects that make them equally great. What I love about the Mickey Mouse cartoons is that they are great pick-me-ups. Cartoons when I need cheering up, which I rarely ever need, and I watch cartoons all the time. But anyway, Mickey Mouse cartoons seem like the perfect cartoons to cheer people up. They're very cheerful and happy and always have a nice little ending to them that leads to a positive outlook. Also, another great thing about them is Mickey Mouse himself. That doesn't let anything bring him down, and no matter what, he has a bright side to everything. I'm not kidding. He could be told he has cancer, and he'll say something like, "Oh well, time to keep living." Isn't that awesome? What a great role model for kids. He's probably the reason I become the positive soul I am today. Thanks, Mickey. Also, watching Mickey and Minnie frolic in these cartoons is just sweet to watch. They're such great lovers, and you truly do enjoy watching them. Their romance isn't boring like other cartoon couples, and you actually care for what's happening to them. Aww, what a cute couple. Another great thing about Mickey Mouse is the impact this character had on the world. He not only made Disney popular, but animation popular. We owe a lot to this mouse, because who knows where animation might be if it wasn't for him. Another nice little tidbit is that Walt Disney himself was the voice of Mickey for several years, and Mickey was considered his alter ego. Walt Disney's wife later went on saying that after Walt Disney died, she had a hard time watching Mickey cartoons because he reminded her so much of Walt. Mickey went on to star in over 120 cartoons. Some I would recommend are Steamboat Willie, Mickey's Good Deed, Mickey's Service Station, The Band Concert, Through the Mirror, Mickey's Garden, The Brave Little Tailor, and Symphony Hour. If you've never seen a Mickey cartoon, then what the heck are you waiting for? Check him out and you won't be disappointed. Another one of Disney's most popular cartoon series was the Silly Symphony series. These cartoons featured animated adaptations of fairy tales, storybooks, folklore, and even contained some of its own original ideas. They were created when Carl Stalling, Disney's musical director at the time, asked Walt if he could make a cartoon series that was based around music, and the Silly Symphonies were born. These cartoons featured the magic that Disney is known for, and these cartoons were truly works of art, with most introducing new techniques that would be new to animation. They're the cartoon series that won the most Oscars, and this is back when Oscars meant something. The highlights of the Silly Symphonies are that they have lots of stories that have a sense of magic and wonder in them. Also, they contain Disney's signature catchy musical numbers that'll never leave your head. All I can do is give my recommendations of this series: The Skeleton Dance, The Three Little Pigs, The Old Mill, Three Orphan Kittens, both versions of The Ugly Duckling, The Grasshopper and the Ants, and Mother Goose Goes Hollywood. If you've never seen a silly symphony before, get ready for a great treat. We now move on to my second favorite Disney character, Donald Duck. Donald originally appeared in comics in the early 30s, and it wasn't long before he was given his own cartoon series. Walt said that Mickey Mouse was starting to get harder to make cartoons for, so they wanted to create a character that acted completely opposite of Mickey, and Donald Duck was created. The highlights of Donald Duck cartoons are his bad temper. Anything ticks this duck off, and it's hilarious. Also, he has the worst bad luck ever. Getting hurt or nothing is ever going his way. Donald is mostly featured in cartoons that have him trying to perform an everyday task, such as doing the plumbing, giving the dog a bath, or doing something with his nephews. However, everything that could go wrong goes wrong in a Donald cartoon. Not to mention, Donald has one of the best voices ever in animation. He's a talking duck that sounds like a talking duck. It's amazing. I give a special shout out to Clarence Ducky Nash, the original voice of Donald, for having the talent to put on such an amazing voice. And I give credit to Tony Anselmo, who currently voices Donald and does it just as well. Anyway, Donald Duck was such a success that he starred in more cartoons than Mickey Mouse and became Disney's most popular character. And in the 1950s, when several Disney cartoon series were stopping production, Donald kept going due to him being easy to make cartoons for. Of course, Donald did go through several changes over the years. He went from being an average American to being a soldier during World War II to being tormented by little creatures. Yeah, the point in Donald's career where his foes were little woodland creatures is my least favorite of his cartoons. However, the Chip and Dale cartoons were hilarious, and the cartoons are sure as heck better than anything Disney makes these days. Anyway, Donald is another great character that has a bad temper, but we all feel bad for him because he's tired of dealing with life's bullspit. It's not Bugs Bunny's grandpappy. It's Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, one of Walt Disney's earliest creations. Oswald starred in silent cartoons made by Disney for Universal Pictures in 1927. Oswald is a happy-go-lucky rabbit that also tries to live out his normal life, but situations come up that cause him to have to save the day. Oswald became a popular character in the day, and when Walt asked Universal for bigger budget for Oswald cartoons, Universal denied Walt and took the rights to the character right from Walt. Gee, what jerks. After that, Mickey Mouse was created. Wow, imagine what the outcome would have been if the opposite of what I just said happened. Mickey never would have been created, and it would have been Oswald that would have been the world-renowned popular character. But, other than him being overshadowed, Oswald is a really great character, and his cartoons are really entertaining. I recommend them if you love anything Disney-related. Yet another one of Walt Disney's most famous creations is Goofy. Appearances in Mickey Mouse's early cartoons, going under the name Dippy Dog. Later, he got his own cartoon series. Goofy cartoons mostly feature Goofy in the role of an everyman, demonstrating several different hobbies, jobs, and sports and semi-educational films. These are some of the most hilarious cartoons ever made, as there is nothing but total chaos that occurs in them. One involved a football game that broke down into anarchy and chaos. Another involved a hockey game where all heck broke loose towards the end of the game. Goofy has to outwit a lion to get his hammock back. Yeah, the Goofy cartoons are awesome. The appeal of Goofy's character is that he's not an idiot. He's just an innocent fellow who's young at heart and tries to live life at its fullest. He's like a combo of Mickey and Donald, having Donald's bad luck, but having Mickey's positive attitude. Goofy is a character we can all love, and his cartoons show it. Some Goofy cartoons I can recommend are Hockey Homicide, How to Play Football, Hold That Pose, 2 Weeks Vacation, No Smoking, Lying Down, and Teachers Are People. One thing Disney did well was when they made cartoons featuring their 3 most popular characters together in the same film. If you thought all these characters were great separately, then wait till you see them all together. These cartoons often featured the boys trying to do a specific job, and they had several different jobs for each cartoon. These were great because all the characters worked well together. Goofy's clumsiness, mixed with Donald's temper, mixed with Mickey's wit, made for entertaining cartoons. there's no question these cartoons are recommended. Another character that got his own series was Disney's canine creation, Pluto. Pluto started out as both Mickey and Donald's dog, but he was soon given his own series of cartoons. His cartoons often feature him dealing with what a lot of dogs deal with, trying to get rid of pests, finding a lost bone, protecting a home, or just lending a helping hand to little kittens. The great thing about Pluto is he's a character that you can fall in love with without him even having to speak. The animation done on Pluto is fantastic, and it helps to make him a great character by use of body language. Pluto's cartoons are great as well, and they truly are perfect cartoons for anyone who's ever owned a dog. Disney made several other different types of cartoons, such as one-shots and educational war films, and those have certain charm to them as well. If you can find them, check them out. And there's my salute on classic Disney cartoons. These cartoons are some of the greatest ever made, and I'm glad I was able to view them. I didn't grow up on much Disney cartoons, so I'm glad I was able to snatch up this big box set filled with the Walt Disney Treasure DVDs. Disney cartoons may not be as well known as other cartoons, but they have magic and charm to them that make them works of art. Their characters, storytelling, music, and animation are what make these cartoons amazing, and I love them very much. As much as Disney today tries, they can't hide these amazing cartoons from us true animation fans. And if you can find a lot of these cartoons, you truly are in for a treat. I'm Ben, and I'm signing out. I'm going to go join the Mickey Mouse Club. Who's the leader of the club that's made for you and me? MICKEYMOUSE.